Hello, all of you beautiful people out there. Tier lists. Those are things. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, you can do a thing in the game called Terastalize. When you're in a battle, you throw this weird crystal Pokeball orb-like thing, and you throw it at your Pokemon, and they get surrounded in crystals? And then they transform into, well, they don't really transform into anything. They just get all glittery and wear a hat. But of those hats, there's different types. There's different types of hats. You know, for every single type of the 18 types, every Terastalize has a brand new cool looking hat. So I wanted to go through every single Terastalize hat and which ones do I think are good, which ones are bad. You know, we have awesome, good, it's okay, not good, and then... So let's get started. First off, we have the normal type. The normal type is... You know, gotta be honest, I personally, okay, this is biased, but I'm gonna have to put it in awesome tier because it's so simple, you know? It's just a big gem, it's a big jewel on their head, and it's just all crystally, it's all shiny. It's simple, it's simplistic, straight to the point, and it looks cool. Water type. Now, the water type is actually one I absolutely love, and it's brilliant. It looks like a fountain, but it also looks like a water spout. So if you were to put this on, say, Palafin, Finizen, or heck, even Kyogre, if you put that on one of them and Terastalize them, it looks like water's just spewing out of their spout. Grass type. Honestly, it's good. It's good. The grass type is honestly good. It's a bunch of flowers. It's plant-like. It's honestly just simple. It's a good way to represent grass. I think it looks really good. It looks cute too.
What the f?
Fire. It's not good. Fire type is just not the best. It's just not good. I just don't understand why they had to make it a chandelier. It's dumb that it's just a bunch of candles. Why couldn't it be some sort of a cool flame? Or heck, it sounds dumb, but what I would have done is actually have a bunch of logs like on the bottom of this hat, and then just have like a big flame, like a bonfire. I know that doesn't even sound any better, but like candles, come on. Bug type. I'm gonna have to put that in awesome as well, because it's just simple and straightforward for the bug typing. It just has little wings just at the very end or the top of the crown part, and then it has like antennas. Like, that's just perfect. I don't think there's really much to say about the bug type. It just looks perfect. Dark type. Now, this one was actually an interesting one that I had mixed feelings. I was actually gonna put it in like, what the heck is this garbage? But then considering looking at it with the sinister smile and the pained stained glass that it turns into, or like when a Pokemon terastalizes, it has this pane-like glass. This stain pane glass. Anyway, it gives off Wednesday vibes. If you've ever seen that Netflix show, I know I haven't, but there's one scene and it just kind of reminds me of that. So honestly, with that emotion, I would say it's pretty good. What the f? I don't know what incarnation they were going for, bro. I just have no clue as to what they were going for. To an extent, yes. I think the flower with the sort of weird wings and a little bow tie at the end of it, like, it suits it, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I personally can't come up with anything better. But this one just, I don't like it. It just does not look, I'm gonna say it doesn't look good. It's not. Here's a bright idea. Not this. Why did they have to make it a light bulb? Why? Why did they have to do that? They could have done like a cool thundercloud with a lightning bolt shooting down. That would have been cool. But no, instead, it's just like when a Pokemon wears this, it looks like they have a bright idea. And honestly, it just looks so stupid. Dragon. Honestly, it's generic. Nothing really special about it. It's okay. Fighting type. Now, this one's interesting. I'm not really sure as to where to put this. It doesn't look terrible. It just looks a little bit funky with the weird uppercut. But honestly, if I would have to say or put it in a rating, I would say it's okay. It's not a bad thing for the fighting type. I'm just glad it's not like a boxing glove or something, but an actual fist, like a rising fist. And I think honestly, it works. Balloons.
Really?
I don't really like the flying type one, but the only reason for that is I kind of wish that the balloons were different colors, like blue and yellow, red and green, but instead it's just red and green. This would be an idea, maybe a terrible one, but if one side was like a feather-like bird wing and then the other was like a bat or dragon-like wing. But then honestly, second thoughts on that, it kind of sounds like one half is like an angel and one other is like demons. And maybe that's not the best. As dumb as the balloons are, it works, but it's not good. It's dumb. Ghost type. Oh my goodness gracious. It is perfect. Let's go! It's something that has been in Pokemon before. It was in the Gen 1 games. When you go to that one town with that one tower, I forget what it's called. Back off. You go to that one tower and you fight these ghosts. This is actually referencing something from the past. So I'm really glad for a ghost type Terastal hat. They put that in. It looks perfect. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I think the rock type is really, really dumb. I don't like that it's a sort of structure, like a rock structure. I honestly thought that at first for the longest time, I thought it was the ground type. You know, even going into a battle within Terastal battles, I legitimately thought this was the ground type because it was like, I don't know, some sort of a big structure, but I guess like of the ground. I guess if that really makes sense. I don't know. I don't know what else I would put in for the rock type. Maybe a big sort of mountain, because a big boulder on your head just looks stupid. But this little fixture, this building, I would honestly go with the boulder. And speaking of which, the ground type, I'm very biased towards it, so I'd honestly put it in good tier. I'm glad that within the center of it, it's just like a half sliced of planet Earth. It's just like you have a core, and you have some lava, and then you have like a little bit of water and greenery with a mountain sticking on the top.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
Like honestly, for the ground type, like down to earth sort of type, this hat suits it. It may look a little funky on some Pokemon, but honestly, I really like it. I didn't put it in awesome tier because it almost looks like a hat you would get like at an amusement park, while some of the other hats look a little bit more normal. Well, normal to an extent. It also would have been cool if the ground type was actually like maybe just a mountain, not necessarily an island or half the planet Earth. It would have been cool if it was some sort of a mountain, but then again, most mountains are like really tall, so they'd have like snow at the top of them. So I honestly feel like that could possibly even work for the ice type. And speaking of the ice type, it is absolutely perfect. It's just a snowflake. Since snowflakes are basically little tiny like pieces of ice, the ice type one is also one of the best ones. I'm really glad this would have been a stupid idea, but imagine if they put a crystallized snowman on the hat. That would have been really dumb. It would have been interesting, but if they did a snowman, I'd be really mad. Poison type, bro. Well, I was gonna put it in awesome, but I don't know. You know what? Yeah, it can go in good. If I'm being completely biased, I would put both ground type and poison type in awesome tier. But the reason why I'm not putting it in awesome tier is, well, honestly, I actually don't know why I'm putting it in good tier. Actually, you know what? It's gonna go in awesome tier. It suits it perfectly fine. Just a skull with bones, and it's very beautiful and crystally. The psychic type. This one, it's okay. It's okay. It's not good, it's not bad. I definitely feel like for the psychic type, it works. You know, it's like, I guess it's that sort of thing like the all-seeing eye, like a third eye.
Does that third eye make you psychic?
No, but it does help me see bullshit.
All in all, the psychic typing is fine. And finally, I got nothing. I really got nothing. I don't know what they could have done better for the steel type. Honestly, it's an axe on their head. It's not terrible. It's not a bad sort of one. I just don't know. You know what? Again, I'm gonna say it's it's not good. I think the steel type one is fine, but at the same time, it's not fine. But then again, I don't know what they could have done for the steel type. They could have done maybe like metal gears around it, or they could have done oh, what they could have done literally popped in my head. What they literally could have done is that they could have made a sword and shield thing. I know Pokemon Sword and Shield was the previous game, but it would have been cool if they put like a sword and like a shield behind it, and like you plop that onto like some sort of a crown, and they could wear that. That would have been dope. A sword and shield on top of it. The axe, it just doesn't make sense for that to be the steel type, but you know what? It is what it is. And there you have it. That is my tier list for all the terastalized Pokemon hats. I know there is going to be one more special sort of typing within the next DLC, the Indigo Disc. It looks like something that a Pokemon can transform into another sort of Terastal typing, and I'm very curious to see how that will pan out. But thank you all so much for watching, and you have a good one.
Get your hand off my